Okay, so our system of public education has got, in my estimation, some misplaced priorities. Specifically, the thing that just really aggravates me is the concept of no child left behind. And the thing is, I don't want to make it sound like I don't think that it's a good idea necessarily, but if you have to spend your time on one end of the spectrum or the other, as far as above or below average, as far as the people that deserve the most resources, I've got to think that you're better off going with the higher end. I mean, no amount of resources going to the less capable minds is really going to impact anything in the grand scheme of things, and I'm not necessarily trying to sound like a dick, but all the special help in the world isn't necessarily gonna, make or break them, in life. Chances are they're gonna end up with, some kind of an entry-level job, and performing as a functional member of society, God willing. But it's not going to be the difference between them, bagging groceries and going to start a Fortune 500 company. It's just not going to happen. And what's frustrating is all these resources that are going toward the lower end that could be going to the higher end. You have more exceptional minds that aren't getting the benefits that they could be getting of those resources put there instead. And so, this idea of no child left behind or whatever just seems like bullshit, because I think what we really should be doing is thinking, how about no child held behind? I can't even count how many times I felt like my education was being held back by the people around me. I mean, not all of them, but especially here in Lincoln, god damn, it's terrible. Where something like 30% of the kids, think that they belong in gifted classes or some shit, when my previous school district it was like 3%, and believe me, the people here are not 10 times smarter. And it's frustrating as hell. It's to make people feel good. I mean, I don't know if you checked the last thing I talked about, the celebration of mediocrity. It's the same principle. We're way more concerned about having people feel good, and if people's parents say, oh no, my kid is special, my kid's smart, they can go ahead and get in these AP classes. Okay, look, see, my sister runs a daycare. 90% of the parents that come in say, no, it's okay, you have to understand, my child is very smart and very special. Yeah, every single one of your kids is incredibly special. You're a unique fucking snowflake. That's not the reality. Not everybody can be above average. That's what averages are all about. And you just have to embrace that, statistically speaking, your kid is probably average, or, slightly off average. But everybody seems to think that all their kids are exceptional and everything, and then that's stupid. You can't honestly believe that. I mean, even to the exclusion of evidence to the contrary. They just won't even see it. And so we have all these kids who don't, who think they belong in these advanced placement classes that don't, that actually drag the level of the class down and become a hindrance to the people that legitimately deserve to be there. And we let it happen, because nobody wants to say, look, the fact is your kid is average. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but, we would be a whole lot better off just catering the education to the people instead of trying to put kids where they don't belong just because they think that they belong there. I mean, that's stupid. We're coddling people. We're trying to make people feel better about them being average by just saying, oh, well, I think I'm above average, so I'm going to go in above average classes, and I'm going to drag the class down to my level. And I don't see action being taken against that. I mean, there are so many people that I know or experiences, chances that I might have had growing up that would have been different, and I hope vastly better in my educational experience had our resources been spent, in my estimation, in a better way. I mean, I probably sound like an asshole for saying this, but the fact is, our resources don't need to be going to the D students of the world. They don't. They're not the future. They're not. They're going to end up, working drive-thrus and bagging groceries. Fine. We need people to do that. But, let's face it, those people are not going to be the future of this country, of this world. We have the chance here to be fostering the greatest minds of this generation and the next generations, and we're squandering it. We're absolutely squandering it. And I don't know why we're doing this, because, we're ruining a perfectly good opportunity to help make the future better, just so we can make people feel a little better now. Is that what we're prioritizing these days? I mean, that is just sorely misplaced, and I'm very disappointed, because I look to the future and think, if this is what we're prioritizing, I weep for the next generation. I do. Because it's going to be all about how people feel and trying to make everybody feel like they're smart and above average. And we're going to be ruining the opportunity for the people who are above average to get the kind of chances that would just richly improve their experience and lead to a better future. And it's like people don't even care. And I don't understand why more people aren't upset by this. Like, why not? Get upset. This is bullshit. We are wasting resources, and we are denying them to the places where they would do the most good because we don't want to make somebody feel bad. And that should not be our priority. People's feelings. We have an obligation here. We have the means, the tools to educate the future generations. To work for a better tomorrow. And we're wasting it. We are absolutely wasting it. And we need to cut that out now. Just give me a fucking break.